Alrighty, fellow Travel Dons, welcome back to Adventures of a Traveling Don, and we are continuing our Balkan series. We are here in Tirana, Albania, the capital of Albania. This is going to be a one-shot video. I do apologize. I had planned for a couple of them, including the travel video here, but I was sick, not feeling so well, so we are going to just basically cover as much of Tirana that we can today. I've got Sky with me. It is a beautiful day. It is a brand new year as of filming this. This is right after New Year's. So we're gonna explore the city, see some history, eat some food, and of course, maybe get up into a little bit of trouble, because we all know trouble has arrived. So the area we are starting off is Skanderbeg Square, and we've actually been coming down here for the last couple of nights when I felt a little bit better at nighttime. Definitely, if you're here for New Year's Eve, this square is where it is at. They usually have like a big concert going on, and then of course they do a massive fireworks show. It was absolutely epic. But this is the main central square here on the north side of the river in downtown Tirana, and then we will continue on. I think there's a museum we're gonna start with first, and then we'll go from there. So our first spot that we're visiting here in Tirana is actually both a museum and a functioning mosque, and that is the Ethem Mosque behind me. And it's interesting because it was built between the 1790s to the 1820s. So it does have a long-standing history in Tirana. It was shut down for a long time during the time of the Socialist Republic of Albania, and then of course during communist era as well. So I think it reopened back in the 1980s officially, and then in 2018 it was fully restored, and I do believe it is a functioning mosque for different holidays and prayer times. However, they also do have it as a museum, so you can actually go in, you can make a donation and whatnot, but to check it out. And the artwork in there is absolutely phenomenal. Highly recommended. Just like the paintings along the wall, like there's like different artistic depictions of like areas, I think whether around Tirana or other areas of the Islamic world. Really, really cool. So this next place is called Bunkart. This is actually Bunkart 2. There's actually a first museum, original, that's a little bit outside the main city. We're here in the main central district. This is number 2, and this one is the one Sky has been wanting to go to since we literally got here. That has been the one caveat. She's like, we must go to Bunkart Museum. So let's go and check out what is in the Bunkart Museum. I'm just gonna say it right now. This place is deep. I mean, heavy when you're talking about what you see here. Like, I put that disclaimer at the beginning, literally in the after effect of like when I first walked in here. I was like, oh, you know, the first few rooms is like the establishment of the socialist state of Albania, and then it just goes into the depths of the communist regime that went from like the 40s to like 1991, and it's just wow. Like it's all about the secret police, the Sigurimi, I think they were called, was the branch here in Albania, and it's nuts. Like you go into, it's kind of cool to an extent where you see some of the the stuff that they use, like all the spy gear and stuff, which is kind of cool. But then you delve into like all the political assassinations, the people that died. It's like over that 5 decades, like over 6,000 that they can count died, that were just political enemies or enemies of the state in some way. Yeah, it's heavy. Thing to remember is it's kind of like equal parts museum and art, like art gallery. Like the third corridor is when you start to see this kind of like, I guess, modern style avant-garde art. I'm not exactly sure how to name it, but like the first couple corridors is more about the history of Albania, and then the second corridor is specifically more about the spying and all the actions of the secret police. The third quarter is when you get into the artwork. Don't go towards the light sky. Don't go. A video of drawn angels and beautiful music almost makes you forget you're in just a dreary, drab tunnel underneath a bunker. It is a very massive tunnel. This place is huge. It's got great acoustics. Hello. We've now made it into the decontamination room. I don't know if that's like nuclear decontamination or... What? Jesus. I can't even see. That scared me. It's a little creepy in here. Even the toilet space in here is depressing. Not even a cover seat. Alright, so I will say that was actually a really, really cool museum. It's like I said, it's a little heavy, it's a little much, but it definitely delves into the history of the secret police during the time of the communist regime here in Albania. And it's fascinating you actually delve into the history of it. This was the longest standing of kind of like the Stalinism style of communism. I forget I can't pronounce his name. I think it's like Zhenha or Zhensha or something like that. But he was the dictator from basically 1945 till about like 1985 when he died. So, and they built all these bunkers like all over the country, throughout the city, all the different cities everywhere to kind of like keep tabs on people. It's like there's tunnels that ran into like the Foreign Ministry Affairs office and stuff. It's like,
because this particular bunker was for like the heads of government.
Yeah.
This is where they would hide. So.
But it's fascinating. It's got a fascinating history, very interesting art to it. But after that, fresh air, and we'll continue on. Let's climb it. So behind me here is called the Pyramid of Tirana, and it was built actually in 1985, so it's not an ancient pyramid. I believe it was actually built originally as a memorial museum to the Albanian dictator. It has now since been turned into a conference center down below, but it's still kind of really kind of cool to come up. You get some great like 360 views of this part of the city, the mountains in the background. It's just really kind of nice. It's a great exercise because I think it's close to about like, it's got to be at least 250 if not 300 steps up, and they're relatively steep. It goes at a pretty decent grade. So you do get your workout. But no, it's just a great view. I definitely highly recommend also coming here at nighttime when it lights up. It's really cool, and you can see like the city lights around. It's something special. Flap, flap. Got like a beat going there.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, guys, and behind me, our next point is here in the Grand Park of Tirana, and this is the Tirana Lake. This is actually an artificially made lake, but it is absolutely epic. You just like from here, you see particularly with the clouds in the background, you got the mountains, you got that side of Tirana and all the, just like the skyline there for the city. It's so cool. And this park is absolutely massive. This is the largest park in Tirana, a great place to kind of come, run, walk, visit kind of like the wooded trails. I think there's like an amphitheater here. There is, of course, a couple different cafes sparse throughout the park, but it's really kind of cool. But the lake is really the big standout. It's just look at that view. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, now this one is gorgeous. Look at this. Beautiful swan. So as you head back into the city from the main park and the lake, on your right-hand side, there is a Air Albania stadium. And this is the main football stadium here in Tirana. And it's actually really cool because they have restaurants down on the bottom, but you can actually come up here to kind of like the second floor, and you can go into the stadium and kind of look at it and get some pictures in there, and then come to the restaurant bar and check it out. So like, it's kind of like a nice swanky, it's a little semi-pricey compared to some of the traditional places. Now we've got some food coming, which is more like up here, it's kind of like Japanese, Albanian sushi, so it'll be interesting to try. But of course, I did get some Albanian raki, as well as Sky got her little cocktail as well. So cheers. And cheers to you guys. Oh. Rocky always goes down hard. Good Lord. But anyway, yeah, now we wait for our sushi. All right, so the food has arrived here at the Arena Restaurant, and yeah, it's Japanese food in Albania. So we're gonna go dig in. Of course, got a nice plate of edamame. Love me some good old edamame. Ooh, that actually came out really nicely. That's fantastic. And then, of course, you have the tempura, or I guess in this case, pretty much more calamari. So fried shrimps or fried squid. Try a little bit of that with the orange sauce they got there. Good stuff, good stuff. And then I went ahead and got two different types of nigiri sushi, of course being salmon and then tuna. So we'll try the salmon first. You know what? It's actually really good. I mean, Tirana is not too far from the coast, but this is the Mediterranean. Obviously you don't have this type of tuna or salmon there, but wherever they get all their produce from and the fish, they get it here pretty fast, and they actually do very well with that. Even that tuna is fantastic. Yeah. Very good. Japanese food in Albania. How's your roll, Sky?
It's good.
What is this going on over here, by the way?
It's a tempura, but it tastes like maybe it's like made out of nuts or something. I'm not really sure. It's good. It's definitely different. It's not like what
avocado. Is that like?
It's more like a Philadelphia roll without the cream cheese.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So salmon and avocado and then rice and then tempura. But it's definitely different than from the States, but it's not. It's good. I mean, I like fish really in any form, so it's fine.
There. Rule of thumb in travel, number 2,573.
What?
Sushi is always
it?
expensive.
Oh, anywhere you go. Yeah. Probably our most expensive meal that we've had.
And probably one of the most expensive meals on the trip, given the amount of food. I think I've spent more a couple different times on my trip if you guys have been following me. However, I had like a good feast during those times. So, yeah. But even still, that was actually...
It's pretty good.
That's good sushi. Like the nigiri was fantastic for being in Albania. I was very impressed.
And I'm happy. I was getting a little hangry there.
That's the big thing. Gentlemen, you're with the lady, she get hungry.
Feed her.
She literally said, you have 30 minutes before all hell breaks loose. So, yeah, that's what you pay for as well, guys. Okay. Anyway, we continue on with this tour of Tirana. So this next spot on our Tirana tour is what is called Tirana Castle, and it is really it's not a castle anymore so much as it is this beautiful kind of like upper scale sort of like shopping center, restaurants, bars. It's absolutely fantastic. We're at a wine bar right now called Scendevere, which got myself a little glass of red wine. Sky got her glass of white. So cheers to you guys. Ooh, not bad. Tart on the front end, but kind of like blackberry on the back with a nice dry finish. That's really nice. But this whole Tirana Castle area, it actually, these grounds used to be a castle, and it dates back to like the end of antiquity period, so about 4th through 6th century AD. The walls that you still see now at both ends for the gates do still exist. Those are more from around the 1800s, late 1700s. I think it's the Toptani family owned this castle during that particular time. But it is just like the aesthetics of it is really nice. As it's starting to get light or dark out, it all lights up. This is actually a really nice place to kind of like come and get. Again, this is probably similar to the place that we were just at for sushi, price-wise when it comes to food and drink, but still, it's a really beautiful place to have a night out here in Tirana. So this next spot, I'm under an orange light, literally, because it's like a dim light spot, but it is absolutely gorgeous. It's called the Millennium Garden, and it's a bar, it's a restaurant, it's a cinema. So it's not a big cinema, but it's got a small cinema in the back. It's just, at nighttime, the aesthetics, the lighting is super cool. Like the bar looks awesome. They have like this rain shower, and they've got a bunch of different artwork around. If you're looking for a place to kind of come and just get a drink and kind of enjoy the night, or maybe even some food. I looked at the menu, it looks pretty good. Almost like bistro style. But this place, just being around here, is really, really cool. So cheers to you guys. Ooh, Montepulciano this time. That's fantastic. right, guys, so for dinner, we're at a place called Oda. I think there's more than one of them, but look it up. This place is absolutely fun. It's like a back alley place. Again, theme of this trip is back alley places, particularly for dinner time. And this is a traditional Albanian restaurant. Literally, you go in one of these rooms, you're sitting at a small table, facing other small tables, all in kind of like a communal setting. It's super cool. So let's go inside and try our dishes out, shall we?
Yeah.
Starting off with a beer, of course. So it's called Puka beer. This is like their house red ale. So you know how long I've been wanting a red ale.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's good. Okay, so their first dish is like a homemade soup that has like meatballs in it. You can get like either a rice and vegetable version or meatballs. They were actually out of the rice and vegetables, so meatball soup it is. God, that looks good. Oh my God. That meatball is so tender. And that soup is delicious. Like, just kind of like just look at it in there. It's just, oh my God. It's warm, it's fresh, it's just light, simple. Go ahead and dip a little bit of bread in there for you there. This is their house bread. Everything is, of course, made in house. Oh man. That's absolutely delicious. So after the soup, we got 3 more dishes. And of course, we got a mixture of like a feta cheese. We got a kind of like a grape leaves with rice and herbs, and then lamb. Most of you might be thinking, Ben, I've seen you eat something like this before. However, here, everything, again, it's all homemade. And we're gonna try this feta cheese. It looks different than any feta cheese I had in Greece. Definitely a different flavor. It's not drenched in olive oil, oregano, purely fantastic feta cheese. It's got more sharpness to it as well. It's interesting. And then we have, of course, the grape leaves, but these grape leaves are not those green grape leaves that you guys saw before. This is almost kind of like pale, very like fluorescent color with, there's more to it in there. I think there might be like some onions, including oregano. Definitely heavy on the garlic in there too. That's good. Yep. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the Albanian name for all of these. I've tried and I failed. But the grape leaves with the rice and the spices in there is fantastic. So, and then of course the lamb. It's lamb. This lamb shake. It just looks to die for. And we're gonna try a little piece of that. It just came off the bone real easily. Slow cooked in traditional oven, on a wood stove. Oh man. That's actually probably in my top 5, maybe top 3 lambs of all time. And I've been to New Zealand and Ireland. That is fantastic. What do you think of that feta cheese there, Sky?
It's really good, but it's like really dense.
Yeah, I noticed it was a little
really fresh.
It's rather sharp for a feta too.
It's sharp because it's fresh.
Yeah, that was
really good.
That's your
My sleeve.
Yeah. In the soup, sleeve in the soup.
It's very good.
Oh, yeah. Great feta. That's fantastic. Sky made a friend.
The second one,
Her heart is beating so fast.
Well,
you picked her up without her permission.
With the first
It's
one,
okay.
but it has corn flour and some lemon to make the change. Perfect. And the
Hello,
third
little
one,
one.
we see it's a fruit.
Welcome
We
to
see it
dinner.
gets
Not in that
baked,
way, but
on fire. It gets baked and with some sweet. I don't know how they do that, but
Cat is super cute. Well, that was delicious and dangerous. We had to leave before Sky decided to adopt the kitten and take her home.
Look, you can't take me to these countries where they let cats roam the streets wild and not expect me to take one home.
The guy was initially trying to shoo the cat out, and she was like, "No, I'm holding this cat."
But you know, customer's always right, and he was like, "No, you're fine, actually. Just continue to hold that cat. No issue. And now the cat is sleeping, well fed, and very happy.
And now that cat is gonna come back night after night thinking, oh, people will feed me and they're gonna allow me to stay in here. Oh my goodness.
You know what? She has a safe night, a safe place to sleep right now. I'm happy.
Yeah. Anyway, we're heading back to the apartment. We'll see you in a bit. Alrighty guys, so that is going to be the end of this video in Tirana, and unfortunately our time in Tirana. I know you guys only got really one video, didn't even get the travel video. I apologize, I was sick, there was a lot of things going on the last few days for me. Did not feel very well, but we were able to get the footage today, and of course, a little showcase of the footage from New Year's Eve and stuff like that. But I did have a great time today. Tirana definitely got to come back when I'm feeling 100% and really kind of explore it, particularly kind of like the nightlife. Didn't get a whole lot of that either, obviously, because of, you know, being sick and all that stuff. So, but beautiful city, great food, particularly that dinner. But anyway, guys, we'll be going off to Kotor, Montenegro in the next video. Sky is actually leaving. She's heading off to Lisbon, Portugal. So everybody say bye to Sky.
Adios.
Adios. And guys, until we meet again, peace out and have a great night.